Hi everybody, this is Tomas Salcedo once again doing my homework for the audio production class on Coursera, Berklee College of Music. Really digging the class, really digging everybody's vibe. So I have this song here that I'm working on called Morena. I'm working on it in Ableton Live and let you hear a section of it. I'm just going to highlight that section and press Command L. That creates a loop of just that section of the entire piece, and press play. And what I want to do is add a little bit something to it to beef up the sound. So I want to add a kick drum, and I'm going to add a MIDI kick drum, so you see exactly how to do that in Ableton, adding a MIDI instrument and then recording it. So I'll get right to that. I'm going to create a new track, so that's Control, Shift, and T, and that creates a MIDI track. Control T just creates a audio track, but Control Shift T creates a MIDI track. And I could rename this track, but instead of renaming it, I'm going to let Ableton do that for me. If I go in and I select the instrument rack that I want, it will name that track after that instrument rack. So I know I want to use Kickcore 808, which sounds like that. And I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop it onto the track. That gives me a track that is now named Kickcore 808. And I'm going to use a really small section of the song, and you'll see why. I'm going to decrease my loop to just a really small section. I'm going to press play, and first of all, if I record enable this track, you'll hear on my MIDI controller, when I press the keys on my MIDI controller, the different sounds of Kickcore 808. And so I'm just going to press record and go for it. That was quick, but that's all we need, because when I go in here and edit this little bit, you'll see that here are the notes of exactly what I recorded. You'll see that actually I only need a small section. I mean, technically I could even do this with just one hit, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use 6 of them. So I'm decreasing my region to 6 hits. I'm going to go ahead and quantize this by pressing Control U. Now I'll bring up my quantizing settings. I'm quantizing to the 8th note, and I'm only adjusting the beginning of the note, and I'm adjusting it the full amount so it happens right on the downbeat. So okay, it's quantized now, and it should be. Now I've decreased my region, but if I go ahead and press loop, then I'll take that small amount that I just did and I can extend it throughout the entire piece, and it'll be that quantized section of what I did. I like using small sections of things like kick drums and stuff like that, because in case there is variation throughout all this, I don't have to edit a whole bunch of things. I want the same kick drum to be happening. So I could even just take one hit and have that be the loop. But that's not it. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to do it with these 6. So again, just so you see exactly what I did, you open up a new MIDI track, which is Control Shift T. You drag and drop the desired instrument onto the track that you are going to record on. You record enable, and then I decreased the region that I recorded into to a very small section so that I could just loop that section by pressing loop here. And that looped within only that track, not within the entire piece. This is the loop that controls the entire piece. So now I can actually do away with that loop. I've extended the kick drum to everywhere on the track. I'm going to also take away the first couple of hits of that kick drum, just so it comes in with these other instruments. You hear that clapping. I want the kick drum to really come in with that clapping. So the clapping starts right here, and I'm going to trim that track so that the kick drum starts at the same time as the clapping. And if I start from measure 41, which is kind of like where I want to start, then it will sound like this. Decrease the volume of that so I get a better balance of the instruments within the song. Great, and now that sounds cool, dancey, and I'm going to do a lot more stuff to it, but that was just one basic little thing. Thank you so much for checking out my homework. Hope that it was informative. Thanks.